Alright. This is Calm Daily Puzzle Chess. This is July 30th, 2022. I'm still recovering from yesterday's puzzle. But, this is a very precarious position. But there are very few pieces on the board. So generally, when the fewer pieces there are, the easier it is for me. My king is immediately in check, right off the bat. So, I think the only legal move... Actually, I have a few legal moves. I can either escape this way, or this way. But this seems like the most logical option, because then it also guards the rook and the pawn. And in fact, I was looking at this puzzle, I was looking at this position earlier today, and I was going to try and calculate out as much of the solution as I could. So, my idea was king h3, and then white plays, what would white play in this situation? I guess what white could try to play is, white could try to play, king g1 to stop the pawn from promoting. But then there's, rook h1 check, and the only place the king can move is back to f2, which is just sad. But then again, white could also play, like, rook h4 check, as long as my king is here, to try and gain a tempo back. But that would also be kind of a useless move, because then my king could just take. Let's just play it out and see what happens. So, I'm gonna play king h3 check, or not check, king h3, because that seems like the best move, and it's one of only 3 legal ones that I have. Okay. So, white is now threatening to take the pawn. I guess that means it should be guarded. So I should bring my king back to h4. No, that's not it. Oh, push the pawn. Duh. Really? Hold up. Because if white gets the pawn and puts my king in check, I could move my king back. But then I'm kind of stuck, because then white could take the rook. Okay, so... yeah, I don't see why I shouldn't just push the pawn and get the pawn out of the way. And I don't want to... I mean, I could also promote. I could also just do, like, g1 queen, check. But then the king could probably just take. King could take, and then I could do, like, rook... and then I could try and do, like, rook g2. I don't know. I mean, there's also the ridiculous idea of a6. But that just seems like complete nonsense. Let's just do g1 queen. See what... no. So it has to be a6, right? What the hell? Oh, no, wait. The reason why I didn't want to do g1 queen is because I needed to move the rook. Oh, okay. So that was my original plan. I think that was my original plan, actually. I was just worried because if I did... okay, yeah, so I guess that is the most logical move for white, because otherwise they would lose the rook. Okay, so, yeah, rook h1, and white has me in check now, but, I suppose I could just do king g4, and then white would take the rook, pawn takes and promotes, and then from there I just kill him, right? What? Wait. That's stupid. I just take the rook. Hold up. Oh, okay. The reason why king takes g2... the reason for king takes g2 is because if white did, like, rook takes h1, and then I did g takes h1 queen, then white would be totally, like, losing. So yeah, this is the most logical move. But even then, this is just a dead losing position for white. I could just move the king over... I could just move my king over here. Or actually bring the rook over here. And then white would be forced to, walk the king over. And because of these pawns, I'm not going to end up in a draw by stalemate. And I just glue the king into the corner, and then use the rook to deliver a checkmate. Okay, cool. So... actually not as difficult of a daily puzzle Although it was still rather difficult. Easier daily puzzles I can usually figure out on my first attempt. But yeah, that's the daily puzzle for July 30th, 2022 on chess.com. Let me know how you guys did.